Gotta have a little coffee this morning before I can get started. Get logged in. Welcome to Calm Chess Computers BlackJack Double Deck Strategy Demo. I currently only want to demo with 2 decks of cards. This is ideal for learning because it keeps the videos fairly short, letting you take away a tip or 2 from each video, instead of potentially overwhelming you with strategy information. In the future, this intro will be shorter after I establish more videos. I appreciate your patience. I will deal 5 hands. 4 of the hands are mostly off screen. I deal 5 hands to keep the shoe as clean as possible. Red and blue chips are worth $5. The bankroll is $50. If you don't get onto a winning streak after spending $50, then you should leave the casino and try a different day. Otherwise, you may lose all day and all night. The initial bet is $15. Call it superstition, but I always begin a shoe with $15 and then reduce my minimum bet to $10 after the first hand. I gamble by occasionally doubling my bet, gambling that I am going to win 2 hands in a row. Then I reduce my bet back down to $10. This is frowned upon by some pit bosses, but it is within the rules, so they don't boot you from the casino for it. Lastly, remember the goal is to have fun, often at the casino, and to go home $300 ahead at the end of the month. I begin with a $15 bet. The dealer has 18 and the dealer is showing a potential 17 if there's a 10 in the hole, so the player will stay. $12, $14, $18. Push. The player reduces the bet to $10 since the first hand's over. The player has 7 or 17, and the dealer is showing a weak bust card. The player, in this instance, can double down and hopefully improve the 17, or beat the dealer by the dealer busting. So let's go ahead and double down. 1 card, 18, no, 19. Let's see what the dealer has. 13, 20, no good. Still plenty of bank to play with though, so. The dealer, or the player bets $10. player has 16, and the dealer is showing a weak bust card of 3. Here, the player just wants to stay and hope the dealer busts. 16 is difficult to hit. $13, bust. Works out for the player. The player decides to double his bet, hoping he wins 2 in a row. Going home broke. Here the player has 2 splittable 9s, but the dealer is showing a 10. So the player would probably stay with 18, betting that the dealer's got a 10 in the hole. I'd stay. Let's see what the 19. It's a loss for the player, unfortunately, but he still has a little bit of bank to try and make it back up. There's only one hand left in the shoe, so the player goes all in, hoping to increase his bet. Hoping to go away with something at least. The player has 12, and the dealer is showing a weak bust card of 4. 12, 13, 14, and 15 hasn't been tested, so the player would probably stay in this case, hoping the dealer busts. Bust. End of demo, end of shoe. Let's count how much money the dealer or the player has to play the next shoe with. 10, 20, 30, 40. So he's $10 short of his bankroll, which is enough to continue playing. So, end of demo. I'll get back to, I have to shuffle the cards before I can play more. Someday I'll have a automatic shuffler, but even if I have an automatic shuffler, still a hand shuffle is probably more fair. Especially for demo purposes. I don't have any fancy auto shufflers to toss the deck in my favor. Allergy season's just horrible this year. Horrible. Jeez. These cards are nice, but slick. And new. Hard to bridge. 46% before I get started. I'll have to wait for this to finish copying. Have a little coffee. Next shoe, the player's going to start with $40 because he continued from the last shoe. And copy complete. Ten seconds. Welcome to Calm Chess Computers BlackJack Double Deck Strategy Demo. I currently only want to demo with 2 decks of cards. This is ideal for learning because it keeps the videos fairly short, letting you take away a tip or 2 from each video, instead of potentially overwhelming you with strategy information. In the future, this intro will be shorter after I establish more videos. I appreciate your patience. I will deal 5 hands. 4 of the hands are mostly off screen. I deal 5 hands to keep the shoe as clean as possible. Red and blue chips are worth $5. The bankroll is $40 because the player continued from the last shoe to this shoe. If you don't get onto a winning streak after spending $40, then you should leave the casino and try a different day. Otherwise, you may lose all day and all night. The initial bet is $15. Call it superstition, but I always begin a shoe with $15 and then reduce my minimum bet to $10 after the first hand. I gamble by occasionally doubling my bet, gambling that I am going to win 2 hands in a row. Then I reduce my bet back down to $10. This is frowned upon by some pit bosses, but it is within the rules, so they don't boot you from the casino for doing it. Lastly, remember the goal is to have fun, often at the casino, and to go home $300 ahead at the end of the month. I begin with a $15 bet. The player shows 13, the dealer shows a 10. The player needs to check the shoe for hitting 12, 13, 14, 15, or 16. So in this case he would hit, even though it's not ideal, bust. Wasn't much I could do there. The player makes a $10 bet. The player has 13 and the dealer is showing a strong 10. So the player was able to hit 12, 13, 14, 15, or 16 last time. So he's going to try to hit again. Bust. Oh, he wasn't able to hit last time. This just goes to show that if you can hit it once, you can hit it again. If you can't hit it once, you probably aren't going to hit it again for the shoe. Oops, we'll have to call the pit boss over for that one. Good thing it's demo. Oh well, I lost anyway. The player has $15 remaining, but he's going to stay true to his $10 bet. The player shows 5, and the dealer shows a weak bust card of 3. The player doesn't have much to lose at this point. His bankroll's almost gone, so he's going to double down for less, take one card, and hope the dealer busts on that 3. So he's playing with 8. Six, 16, 22. So the player's bet pays off. And he has enough money to continue playing the shoe. Doubles down on his bet, hoping he hits 2 in a row. The player shows 20 with 2 splittable 10s, and the dealer showing a strong bust card of 6. Now here I would personally split the 10s, but the player doesn't have enough money to split, so he will just stay. And hope the dealer busts. 8. 17. So it pays off for the player again. Big win. The player reduces his bet back to $10. A little money management here. 10, 20, 30, 40. So he still has his bankroll, plus he's playing on house money. The player has 17 and the dealer showing a strong 10. 17 is only hittable once in a blue moon, and I'm not in the gambling mood. And luckily I only have $10 out and I pulled 17. When I pulled 17, I should say. Dealer has 16, let's bust. Yes. Dealer has 26. So the player wins again. This shoe is good to the player. The player's going to keep his $10 bet because I only double occasionally. And I'm not feeling it right now. Bust card. My gut feeling is good. And that all comes with experience. The player has 13 and the dealer is showing a strong 10. The player can do nothing but hit it and hope. 14. 15. Too much. 21. I've run out of cards, but let's see what the dealer has. 20. So good, I didn't have to hit it. I got lucky on that one. End of shoe, end of demo. Let's count up what the player has walked away with for the next shoe. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He's $10 ahead of what he started out with on the shoe, but he's broken even for the day so far. I'm going to be processing some video, so I'll turn the stream off. I may be back later. I don't know exactly how this works.